Hello and good afternoon. I'm going to be doing another tutorial on Logic X. Today we're going to be looking specifically at the drummer track. Okay, so I've got something here. Let's just quickly hear what the drummer does and ignore people messaging me. Basically, what we've got there is almost like an auto accompaniment drum machine. Okay, so I'm going to start from the very beginning. Let's create a drummer track. So remember, as we've discussed before, to create a new track, just click on the plus sign and select from different tracks here. Okay, we're going to select drummer. And when we select drummer, we've got a few options here. We want the outputs as the general outputs because we're not going into that much detail. And then we can select from different genres, which will bring up different drumming personalities and also different genres. I just want to go rock because that's the simple one for me. Okay, and as you can see, we've opened up drummer and it's created two drumming tracks, which was pretty much the exact same thing as I had before. But let's say we want to completely disregard these. And basically, we want to record our own or create our own drummer parts. So let's select the pencil tool. Remember, this is on your right click. So if you're on the MacBook Pro, please hold down Command and click. If not, I believe it's right click and it will arrive. And let's quickly hear what we've got. And there you have it. You have your own beat, basically. Yeah, so we created our first section. But the thing is, if this is just repeating again and again, your track's going to get boring. So we want a bit of variety. So let's do this again. Create a new track. However, let's start messing about with some of the settings. So we've got exactly the same. Now what we can do to begin actually changing the settings, we've got some presets down the left hand side. We can scroll through these. Okay, let's have a listen. Okay, let's say for example I want to change that. Let's click there. Okay, that sounds great. I like that. I like the change. I like the way it picks up in dynamic. So yeah, let's talk about some of the settings at the bottom. So you can see here we've got a few different settings other than necessarily just the different selections there, the different presets. So for example, let's start off with different parts of the drum kit. So previously, this drum part is actually playing the hi-hat, the snare and the bass drum. So whatever's highlighted in yellow is what they'll play. So as we go into the next session, we'll listen to the difference, and the difference will be the hi-hat changes and also the way the beat is played changes as it becomes, I think, more complex and louder, I believe. Let's have a look. So you can see there the difference is the hi-hat. It does become more complex, but it's not louder. So let's say, for example, I wanted this to be louder because I'm going to use this as a chorus section. I could just increase this. And did you see the waveform there? So we bring it down, softer. Do we bring it up? Louder. Okay. Can you see how it changes? And basically, that's increasing the dynamic. So we've got... So the drummer is now really hitting those parts. Let's say for the bit before, we do want it a bit quieter though. Oh, it's gone a bit less complex. There we go, that'll do. And let's hear the difference in dynamics. Great. Okay, so that sounds good. So we've got, as an example, I'm going to be using this as a verse. And this is the chorus. So I want to create a new verse after this chorus. Remember, to copy and paste, we can just click, hold Alt, drag. There we go. Exact same part. However, now I can independently edit this. So let's say, for example, I want the drummer to do a bit more in this and make it a bit louder. I've edited that. This one has stayed the same. This one has got a bit louder. In fact, let's go a bit more. Lovely. Okay, and I want the drum to go a bit more crazy in this. I want some more fills. So basically, the next thing we're going to talk about is the fills here. And what it does, the fills are basically, let's listen to this end. That's a fill, bringing you into the next section. If it had no fill, it would sound like this. Well, that still had a fill. Let's turn that completely off. So let's listen. So without any fills, the drum beat stays the same, and as you increase the fill, it becomes more, what's the word, complicated, a bit more, you know, there's more to it, basically. I'm lost for words here. So there we go, a massive crazy fill. Here, so we've got the second bit here. So basically, we're going to talk about complexity next. I might have got these in the wrong order, as you can see there. But basically, the more complex a drum beat is, the more there is to it. So let's have a listen as I play through this. So we're going to start off simple. Let's bring it up. And as you can see, there's more going on. Let's bring it up a bit more. Okay, let's start again. Let's make it really complex. And you can see there's just more and more stuff going on, really. And if we want to make it really crazy, let's add all those fills in. Lots and lots of fills. Okay, so this being the verse, I don't quite want it that crazy. I basically just want something similar to that, a bit louder and a bit more complex. So let's say I've completely ruined this verse. Get rid of it. Copy, paste. Go in here. Let's move it across. Great. Okay, now as you can see, this is a bit difficult to tell the difference between the different parts. So we've got verse, chorus, verse, but there's nothing really giving away what is what. So what I tend to do is actually colour the different tracks for different things. So for example, my personal key, and this can be whatever you want, is that green is for verse, red is for chorus, we have another verse here. Let's say we want another chorus, we basically want the exact same thing. But obviously, I want a bit of variation. Maybe put the fills up a bit. Great. Let's have a quick listen to our drum track. That sounds lovely. Yeah, I think the drum track sounds really good. Well, if I'm doing the typical song, the normal structure that we follow is verse, chorus, and then we have a section called a middle eight where it changes and then goes back into a chorus. So let's say, for example, I want this middle eight to become really stripped down, okay? But I only want a small section. So middle eight for me is always blue. And all I want is hi-hat and bass drum. By the way, we've got different hi-hat settings here so we can listen through them. Well, that's quite nice. Can also select different kick and snare patterns. So have a play about until you get what I want. I quite like this actually, I must say. The thing is, I don't want it to go on as long as the other bits. I actually want the drum pattern to change for this midlay. So what I can do is actually just reduce the size of this. Make it to about there. And look, as you can see, before there wasn't actually fill here, and now... there we go, fill. Now, I want a similar thing, but instead of playing on the hi-hat, I want some toms, and I want it to sound big and loud. So we can change it to a selection of toms. Let's hear how this sounds. I want more than that. Like, more. Yeah, let's have a quick listen to that middle eight. In fact, let's take it from a bit before. Okay, and let's have another repeat of the chorus at the very end. And then actually, let's double it up and make a variation where it plays different cymbal and becomes simpler. Let's say that. Okay, so I've basically made myself my own structure of verse, chorus, middle eight, and then double chorus to end. Okay. So I'm happy with that in general, you know, that looks fine for me. The reason I'm doing it this way, I actually quite like composing this way, actually laying out a structure before I add any instrument parts. So this may be a bit weird to some people who might be used to, you know, playing guitar along as they play, but I like to actually make the structure and then begin adding parts, and I will do that in my next tutorial where I talk about, you know, adding audio instruments and how I'd personally go about composing. There's a very small section in there about it, but yeah, so I've basically made myself my own track, but let's say I'm not really happy with it, not because there's anything wrong with the structure, more because I don't like this drum kit. Let's say that, for example. Rather than going through this and changing the drummer and risking losing the entire thing, we can actually just change the drum kit. Okay. So the kit we've got, I think, is Southern California is what the kit is called. But yeah, SoCal kit. I mean, personally, I do quite like this, but I want to go for something a bit different. Let's hear a Bluebird kit. So we can see the drop-down menu of drum kits down here. Furthermore, we could also just go to the library, as we have before, to select different kits. Or if you really want to be experimental, you can choose any instrument. You can make some very interesting piano noises, I'm guessing, using this. But I will be good, and I will stick to drum kit. So, hello text. Okay, Bluebird kit. Sounds very different. Let's go to Manchester. I actually quite like this Manchester kit. I mean, I could talk about editing these kits, but I won't go into too much detail at this time because this is basically focused on drummer. Once again, we can always add effects like we have done before. So let's add a little bit of reverb, some silver verb, that'll do. Just to make the kit, you know, sink into the background a bit more. Beach Ball of Death. Sounds great to me. Yeah, so that's a kit I like. But it's a bit slow for me. I'm finding it a bit slow, so I want to increase the BPM. Now, the great thing with drummer tracks, even though it looks like it's working with audio, it's kind of its own mixture between audio and MIDI. So if I was to increase the tempo, say, something crazy, 180, it would actually... fit the drum kit sound to actually fit those parts. So there will be no change to your drum kit, just the speed. The audio files won't have to be shortened or anything like that. You can just mess about with the tempo as much as you want. Quicker. Very slow. So yeah, have a play about, see what you like, find the settings you like, and there you go. And that is Drummer, plain and simple for you. So just a recap, to go to the colours, we just click Alt and C, and the colours pop up. Yeah, just to change them, all you need to do is Alt-C and then select whatever you want. Make your own key for verse, chorus. It's just a way of remembering what part is where, okay? Thank you for watching. I'll be posting up another video very shortly of recording audio rather than MIDI. Okay, thank you very much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial of the Drummer track. And yeah, have a good day. Please subscribe, add, and also follow me on Twitter. Thank you. Bye.